Now, there's some sort of question around Brianna. I'm getting some sort of baby energy or question about a baby. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, she lives with a guy.
Okay, so
Someone's gonna find something out.
wow.
They just.
Ah,
Oh no!
okay,
Oh my gosh!
Dead Media Group presents the Dead Media Podcast. Now here's Daryl Silver, Mikey C, and Dina D.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Dead Media Group, where we dive into the paranormal and we interview those that claim to be gifted. My name's Mikey C, and I'm joined by my TV, producer, colleagues, and friends, Daryl Silver and Dina D. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey,
Mike, does that mean that we're not friends outside of TV?
No, it means we're friends. Actually, good point, Daryl, but we are friends outside of TV.
I just want to clarify. I just want to know what our relationship is right from the get-go.
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
So listen, guys, I wanted to talk to you because we're on our third episode of the Dead Media Group. And I know, yay! Last episode was really intense. We brought on one of our followers to get read live on the show, and we're going to be doing that today as well. So make sure you are subscribing, you are liking, and you are following us on our social medias, which are listed below. Or, Daryl, they can actually email us at deadmediagroup@gmail.com as well, correct?
100%. In fact, I did a TikTok live the other day, and we actually got like 20 people who responded who wanted to be on the show. And in fact, our guest today, who you'll meet in a little while, Christy, it was one of my followers on TikTok who is going to be on the show today as our guest, as she will be getting a reading.
That's great. So, if you want to be on a future episode of the Dead Media Group, make sure you check out these social medias, email Daryl, do whatever you have to do. Now, guys, one thing I wanted to talk about before we bring our guest on is, have you seen what's been going on in the paranormal world this week?
I have not.
Dina?
No. Is there something new and different that's happening in the paranormal world?
So, I don't know if this is true, but I was scrolling through TikTok, and apparently there's aliens in Miami.
There's no aliens in Miami.
No. Listen, this thing happened at a mall. All these cops showed up.
Giant. I saw the video of the giant. There's no giant. We'll talk. You know what? Valentina, who is our psychic, lives in Florida, and I can assure you she will reiterate that there was no giants in Florida this week.
I live in Florida, so I can tell you I did not see a giant this week, but I did see giant, strange weather patterns this week.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
but Dina drinks a lot, so that could be anything.
Daryl, I'm doing good. I drink a lot of coffee and water, and don't give people the wrong ideas. Shame on you.
Shame on you, Daryl.
Shame on me.
Bad Daryl. Well, like you said, Dina. Well, like you said, Daryl. One of our guests today is Valentina, and what I found interesting is that she's a psychic medium, but from her bio, it appears she found these gifts after trauma, after a couple accidents in her life, and that's been a theme throughout the past couple episodes with our psychics, is that they've had some sort of trauma, they've had some sort of accident, and out of that, it's almost like their third eye opened. So that's something I'm really looking forward to talking to Valentina about.
I've known Valentina and she always, I always call her Val, which drives her crazy. And it's either V or Valentina. Otherwise, she'll give me the dirty third eye look. The third eye, I get the dirty third, and which I just trademarked, by the way, the dirty third. And she actually, years and years ago, I took her out to try and sell a show about her because I found her so fascinating. So we went out to all the networks and everybody loved her, but for whatever reason, which we all know in TV world, which means like it's impossible to sell a show. We did not sell it, but V and I have stayed friends all these years. And when we were thinking about who to have on the show, she was absolutely one of the first people I thought about. So having said that, let's bring her on. Let's get to know her. I know her. I love her.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So Daryl tells us he calls you Val. Is it Valentina? Is it psychic medium Valentina? What should we call you?
There it is.
Psychic medium
It's
Valentina.
just V. Yeah, it's even shorter than Val, so you can't get shorter than V.
Now, V, you grew up in Switzerland in the mountains, is that right?
Yes, near a little town near Interlaken, which is near Zurich. So it was really kind of crazy because my first language is Danish, and then I got thrown into a school where everyone spoke Swiss, which is kind of a dialect of German. It's a little softer. It's like French kind of. And the next thing I'm speaking French because I didn't know anyone, and I was living with my grandmother who didn't speak a word of English. So here I am being thrown into a school and being forced to suddenly. So, but in 3 months, I picked up Swiss German and I was speaking fluently.
Oh my
And
God.
then,
Brutal. Hey, Mike and Dina, how many languages did you guys speak when you were 6?
Um, Barely English, probably. Yeah, English. That's it.
Mike, you spoke too?
Donde está la vaca? Es en la biblioteca.
That's it.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
V, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do?
okay, so originally born in Denmark, and then I've lived all over, obviously. So at probably 30 years ago was when I had the traumatic brain injury, which was a closed head trauma fall, which I contracted meningitis from and was slipping into a coma when all of this happened. So I was almost dying pretty much because my brain got infected. And luckily they caught it in time. But after that, I noticed that everything was hypersensitive. I couldn't feel pain anymore. I would cut myself all the time and I wouldn't know until my hands were bleeding. I couldn't
Wow.
taste. I couldn't feel temperature. Everything got turned upside down from it. My hearing was hypersensitive. Um, so all the senses really kicked in, and it took about a year and a half, almost 2 years, to balance things out. And after that, I sort of just learned to live with it because I just thought, well, this is my life now. So
Mhm.
and then I went back to modeling in LA, and it wasn't until I put a paranormal team together in 2010, and based off of going on the Queen Mary, which is my obsession, the Queen Mary ship. From
Yeah.
there, I had so many of, I had, I'd photographed well, I didn't photograph it. I saw my first full body apparition. All these ghosts came forward and talked to me because they felt very comfortable with me. So that became a lifelong obsession, pretty much, of staying there as much as I could.
So because of that, V, what do you think the reason for your pineal gland or your third eye opening up after this traumatic injury? Why do you think that happened?
Well, I did a lot of research, and because there wasn't computers back when that happened. So once there were computers, I just went on a rampage to figure out what actually took place, what part of my brain was damaged. Then I did a lot of studying about the pineal gland. So I work very hard to protect that. I don't eat calcium or anything like that because that also calcifies it, and I want to keep it as open and amazing as possible. But my guess is it got shook up and awakened or something, and from that point on, everything just, I pick up everything whether I want to or not. So I have learned to master shutting it off, which is a thing most psychics don't do. And so I'm very proud of that. I'm able to shut it off when I want to, because I would get messages when I'm brushing my teeth or showering, and I'm like, hey, respect that I'm having a moment to myself.
Mhm.
Don't always get that. So it's nice to be able to shut it off. But sometimes they do push through and I get information, when I wasn't asking.
V, let me ask you something. I put myself in your shoes, and if I were to have a traumatic brain injury and then all of a sudden all of these things are happening inside my head, I think the first thing I would say to myself is, oh my God, I'm crazy. Like, what is going on? How did you determine and deal with that and figure out that, hey, I'm not crazy, this is actually real?
That's a good question. I would hug people and tell them, you need to stop smoking cigarettes. You're going to get lung cancer. Something's going to happen to you. And they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. Then all of a sudden,
Wait,
I call
were
somebody and go,
were these people you knew?
yeah, like I would hug a friend. I mean,
Okay.
obviously, I would hug the friend and go, you know what, dude, like you're gonna it's not gonna be good. Then I would suddenly call up a friend and go, you know what, your mother's gonna pass soon, and they're like, I'm not gonna. I said, and I would tell people, call whoever you need, get the family members in, take care of the paperwork, and they're like, I'm not gonna do that. 4 days later, their mother passes, and I'm like, well, I mean, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just, I never know how people are going to take things. And I struggle with, should I tell them?
I have a question because it seems to me it's a very huge responsibility for your soul to carry, but also it's a privilege, but sometimes it might feel like a burden in some respects. How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. And that's a great way to put it, because I sit and I walk around with information. And as a spiritual being, it's my duty to be that messenger. So I can't. So I've started telling my clients, you may not hear you may not like what you're going to hear, but I still have to deliver the message. And then what you do with it is on you, whether you followed my advice or you're like, screw you. I still need to get it out because I carry that burden of knowledge until then, and I need to release it because I'm sure there's more coming soon that I need to handle.
Exactly.
You know,
So, Valentina, we've actually got somebody on the line here. You've never met her, obviously. She's never met you. And we would like you to try reading here live on the show today. Daryl, you actually found this. She's one of our followers, right?
Yeah, she's one of our followers. I actually went out yesterday. Actually, was it yesterday? I don't remember. On TikTok, and actually, Mike joined in with me. He jumped on for the live too, and I basically wanted our audience to have a chance to have readings. I think it's really important that the people who are being read on this podcast are real people, so that the rest of the audience knows that that we're not stacking the deck per se. So introduce everybody. Christy, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Hi.
Good to have you. Christy, where are you from?
I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
And how's the weather today?
Cold and snowy.
And Christy, have you ever been read before? Have you ever had a
Never.
reading? Never.
Never.
And what are you thinking about it? Like, are you excited about it? Have you wanted to do this before?
Yeah, I've wanted to do this before. I've gone down to Florida, and there's a couple places in Florida I've thought about doing it. So yeah, I'm super excited to do this.
Okay, well, here's the deal. We don't want to give any information to V. We want this to be clean. So we're out. We're out.
Hi.
Mike, Tina, we're out.
He's out.
See you
We're
later.
out. So we're gonna. The Mike's gone. Look at it. He left.
all right, hi. So I feel like I may forgive me because I'll probably bounce back and forth between being a medium, which is connecting to others on the other side, and psychic, which is reading you directly. Okay, I feel like you feel a bit on your own. Like I put abandoned. I think that's a strong word, but really like not a lot of support. Like you're like, oh my God, here, everything is like, this is so much on me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
There's a woman coming through who passed who's very stern in her demeanor. Okay, you're laughing. And she says she looks a bit like you, so I'm going to take it like this may be a mother figure.
Grandmother?
Would she have at some point maybe looked like, if you took two pictures at different times, looked like you, but did she have a stern, stern kind of, you don't know if you're in trouble or she likes you. She's just got this, all right. So,
yeah.
Okay, that's grandmother. So grandmother popped in. I call it photo bombing because she just kind of pops in sometimes and has, so I don't know if you've wondered about her, thought about her, but
All the time.
Okay, that's why she wanted to pop in and just say, hey, I'm okay. Do you talk to her sometimes or in your head or out loud?
Yes.
Okay, she does hear that. Okay, so if you're wondering if she's hearing that, she is. Okay, but she
Yep.
wants you first and foremost to know that she is okay and that she does connect with you when you have those thoughts, okay? And I call it like well, thought languages when you're just thinking of her, okay?
Okay.
Um I want to go to your love life. I don't know why, but it feels a bit, yeah. Let me talk. It feels a bit quiet. I call it crickets.
Christy, how's your love life?
It's like crickets.
Yes, t-shirts are being pressed right now. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. You're
Nobody's
not
done
alone, Christy. I got crickets too.
Yeah.
that too. But what I meant to say is just that sometimes the universe is keeping you alone or single for a bit because there's things you need to do. And once that energy is aligned correctly, we are more receptive of taking in somebody. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to leave that page blank right here because I'm going to write some stuff later. So work, I want to go to work, which also feels now, it feels a little quiet. So I don't, when I'm feeling that, I'm either going to say retired or that you're working from home, but it's very slight. So
Yep. I am disably retired.
okay. Um oh, they just told me. Okay, got it. No, because the way my brain works is I can hear you, but I can hear them, and then a little part of my brain is also talking to myself. So there's three different voices coming in.
Okay.
Wow. Absolutely. The answer is yes. But I'm
Okay.
going to tell you why it's yes. um, so I feel like you're contemplating moving and changing location and residing.
Yes.
They are giving, oh my God, I just got goosebumps right now. They're giving a big
Yes,
yes,
so did
yes
I.
on that. That's why I wrote down a huge yes with 2 exclamation points. They feel it would be the best, and they're also saying you deserve it. Do you understand? I'm getting super excited. I hope you're excited too, because I'm like,
I am.
this is what you need. Do you understand? You need this.
Christy, are you moving?
Yes, I'm moving to Western New York.
When is that happening?
welcome.
What's that?
When is that
I'm
happening?
very, very quickly. I'm in the process of packing my house right now.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been prompted because there's family or something closer to get over there to something. There's something pulling you there.
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
What is
Okay.
it, Christy?
What's that?
What
Tell
is
us.
it? What's pulling you?
I am moving there because my parents are there, and I'm moving into their house because they live in Florida for 6 months out of the year.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And I have issues, so my brother will be right next door with his 4 girls.
Wonderful. I love all of this, not only
Yes.
because you need that youthful energy around you, that's sort of a way of healing, but I love all this for you, okay? And going back to when I said you feel a little bit on your own and like abandoned, remember I said that?
Mm-hmm.
No support, this is going to give you that as well, okay?
That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm going back.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
Yep.
Woo! I think I'm more excited than you are.
It has been, yeah, this is what I was wondering about. I've been like debating it if it's the right move for me or not.
Absolutely. And when I get a big strong yes like that, not like yes, your guides are excited, everyone up there is excited, so everyone is rooting for you, okay? That's what that means. If I got a I'm not quite sure, that's a 50-50, but the big yes means that no move is
Oh
perfect,
my gosh.
but it's going to work out, and that's the main thing. The end result is it's going to work out, and it's going to be more beneficial to your life. So that's the thing. We always want to be climbing up and improving our life as we go as spiritual people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yay!
That was amazing.
That is amazing. That is.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a
It
capital
is.
V.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw what you did there, Mike.
There will be a slight, I feel like there's some things going on with your nerves, and I also want to go
yes.
down to your legs. Is there anything going, like some pinching and some things with the legs?
Yes, this is why I don't work anymore.
Mm.
Because I have a problem with my legs. A
Yeah,
year
that's what I'm
ago, I
picking up the
fell on the
most.
floor and couldn't walk. I
So
couldn't walk for 2 weeks. I was in the hospital.
yeah, that's what I'm picking up, and I'm. Let me just legs, nerve, neck. Okay, let me just go here to the neck. I'm hearing 30% improvement. Let's hope I'm wrong on things like this. I want to be wrong on, but I'm hearing a 30% improvement. So it's not going to be 100% like you're, Linda Blair. But all right, we've covered health. Well, let's roll around to love here.
That's another one I want to hear.
Notice I always leave I wouldn't say the worst for last, but the one I have to do the most digging through for last.
Yeah, you left that page
Oh,
blank,
you're
huh?
really going to have to dig for me.
Well,
This is a sore
leave,
subject.
I work through the easy stuff and then love, because usually what I do is help people find where to be and how to make that opportunity of love come up. But you must listen to me. So if you don't listen to me, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Okay. So
I'll listen. I promise.
yes, do it. Let's work together here. We're a team. So I am seeing, gosh, he's got a strange hair color. It's not quite, I almost want to call it charcoal. It's not quite black. It's not quite, it's an interesting color. It's like that mix of gray and, not quite Richard Gere, but he's got like a charcoal gray, but brown. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's straight, a bit of a part straight. I'm giving you, and what this means is, as I help you find this person, if you do meet somebody and he doesn't have this criteria, then more than likely this is just a date. This is not the person, the life partner. Okay. So that means that you need to get out, find some events, go out, do more looking. You cannot sit home and eat ice cream and watch Netflix. Okay.
Oh, come on. Why not? That's what I do now.
Not this time. You need to make a long look. Let's all practice flirting. And then so we look, and then we look away, and then we look again.
Yeah,
Okay,
look at
that's
you.
how it, yes, everyone practice. Yes. And that's
Yeah.
it. So I need you to be a little bit more. I need you to be a little bit more not aggressive, but I need you to go outside your norm, okay? If you want it to happen. Any other questions?
My kids.
Okay. Could you do you mind, is it okay if you give me just their first names? Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay,
Brianna and Daniel.
I'm sorry, I got Daniel, and then the first one was?
Brianna.
That's what I thought. Brianna. Okay. Okay. This is something about Daniel. Daniel is very, like, you want to just say, you want to talk about him, go, well, that's just Daniel. That's how Daniel is, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound about right? Meaning that we cannot, you could come with some good advice, but Daniel is going to do what Daniel does. That's just,
Always.
yeah.
Always.
Now, there's some sort of question around Brianna. I'm getting some sort of baby energy or question about a baby. Do you know anything about that? No, absolutely not.
No,
Oh,
not yet.
someone's gonna find something out.
Yes, she lives with a guy.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it's a freshie. Okay, so, well, let's just leave it for the future then. Not to make you panic, but there has been some sort of thing, and God forbid we hang up and find out, she's pregnant by accident. So one last thing here, while we were segueing from Daniel, I saw a black curly dog come hopping in.
I lost a dog last winter.
Okay. Okay, that dog just came. If you could look inside my brain, that dog just came bouncing in. So,
That's my Ellie.
is it going for
Christy-
two people? Did two of you lose?
Me and my daughter. It was my daughter's dog.
Did it have like ears that came down? Do you recall?
It had big ears.
Okay.
Big ears.
All right. So that dog, in its own little doggy way, wanted to just bounce into my brain and say that, I'm okay.
You just hit everything head on.
Oh, thank you.
It was great. I needed that.
Yay! Aw.
This is going to be a really stupid question, but this is the question that popped in my head. You were talking about animals, right? And how they're popping around on the other side. Can you be an animal soul and then upgrade yourself into a human soul later?
Yes, each lifetime you get to choose what you want to be. Maybe you want to be a woman. Maybe you want to be Asian this time. Maybe you, whatever life you want. And there's, of course, millions of lifetimes. You could be an NFL quarterback. You could be owner of the Ming Dynasty or whatever. So each time is a life experience. So they have a meeting, and then when the next baby is born, they're like, okay, we've got a baby. He's going to be a basketball player. This is his life. He's going to end up in a wheelchair. Da, da, da. Do you want this? But yes, if you're like, I need a break, I'm going to be a horse, then go be a horse.
Mike,
I think I was a dog in a past life. That's why I asked that.
Yeah, but Mike, do you have a request that you want for the next one? Are you bucking for something different?
I asked that because I think in my past life I was a dog. People tell me all the time I give off like golden retriever energy. So I just am, I was curious about that.
I think you're a dog. I think you're a dog still, Mike.
Oh, thanks, Daryl.
You got Chihuahua energy.
I do not give Chihuahua energy, Daryl.
No, maybe a French bull.
I think that was quite an incredible jam-packed reading, and there were times where I was physically affected by the things that you were saying. It was amazing to me that you were able to get like instant validation. In Christy's case, anyway, does that happen to you a lot, or?
No, because I'm really good at predictions as well. So that's why I always urge my clients to keep in touch, and all of them are programmed in my phone, because sometimes 2 weeks later, a year later, they'll be like, oh my God, it happened exactly like you said. My mother did pass 6 months to the date. I did meet a guy with the letter S, just like you said. So the validations are not always as instant, which is wonderful.
If people wanted to become a client and a future client of yours, where can they find you?
If you want to get a reading, you can find me at psychicmediumvalentina.com.
Valentina, I have a question for you.
Yes.
And I feel like you're going to have great insight into this.
Okay.
Michael, you're not a dog. You're not a dog.
That's not what I'm asking. Are aliens real, and are they here?
Yes, they are real. I don't think they're here. They probably did not hang out in Miami. But they do come. They do come back and forth. I have had, and that's a time for another show. But yeah, I have had 4 different UFO interactions, and the
I know
last
they're
one was
real because Mike is an alien.
Oh,
Maybe I am. I don't.
Excellent job, Val. V. Sorry, V. I did it again. I called her Val.
Bad Daryl. Bad Daryl.
Amazing. And keep doing what you're doing, V.
Thank you so much. I live and breathe this. I love doing this for people. So thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you very much.
So, Christy, thanks for joining us today. Guys, what did we think about that?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
V knocked it out of the park. I was, in the last one, I know I was a skeptic on the last one because the amount of time it took for her to get where she was going. But today, she not only was hitting it, but she was hitting it like, boom, boom, boom. There was no fishing. There was no like trying to get there. It was like, I'm sensing this, boom, she got it. I'm sensing this, boom, she got it. I was blown away.
I also thought that she killed it. I don't know how she didn't get a TV show. I mean, that was impressive. And you're right. It was specific, to the point, bam, 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 bam. And obviously, Christy, I mean, her face said it all.
I have to say, I don't normally have physical reactions to these readings. When V was talking to her about the move and then she got that big yes, I immediately was freezing and got goosebumps. And it was very telling, her expression and her reaction on both sides. And I like the fact that she had an experience on the Queen Mary as well, because I've been there. That boat is haunted.
Because it's all about Dina.
It's about time you figured it out, Daryl. It's all about me, and Mike is an alien dog.
All right, guys. Well, listen, I think that this was a great one. I think she knocked it out of the park. And I guess, Dina, where can we find you?
Mike, where can we find me?
No, Dina, this is yours now.
Dina, you have to know where to be found yourself.
Dead Media Dina. At Instagram.
Dina.
And where?
At Instagram.
And
TikTok.
there you go.
Mike, where can we find you?
Find myself.
You can find me at Dead Media Mike on TikTok and Dead Media Mike on Instagram. Daryl.
And you can find me at TV Daryl on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, pretty much everywhere. Mike, where can you find this podcast?
You can go to our YouTube page at Dead Media Group. All these episodes will be up there. But make sure you subscribe, like, and follow not only to the YouTube page, but also the TikTok page and the Instagram page, because we're diving in starting right after this, finding our next follower to be read live on the air for our next episode, and it could be you.